guys, I'm in the car, and this is no filter, but I think it's kind of cool because the sunlight's been coming in that way that Instagram gives you that filter to use. I'm just going to pin the comment here about what this is going to be all about. Hey, welcome. We're in the car and going to meet up with some friends. So I just thought I'd take an opportunity to go live and talk a little bit about some of the things that I've been hearing from you all in different DMs and things like that. So we are going to be talking about having friends set you up. And I'm just going to type it in here as well now. And also their opinions. And how much weight, should you really be giving to those things? So, having friends set you up and their opinions. Yeah. So, thank you for joining. One of the blog posts that I made a little while ago, you can see it on the Dill Mill app and you can see it on my website. The link is in my bio. But basically, it talks about, how many times have you maybe heard from your friends things like, I really want you to meet this person, but they have kids. Or I really want you to meet this person, but I think their jokes are kind of cheesy. I don't really know. Oh, I'm not driving, by the way. A lot of you are worried about that. It might look like it because I've got the camera flipped, but I'm not driving, so don't worry about that. I am talking about, having friends set you up, getting your friends' opinions on people, and whether you should give any of that some weight. So a lot of times people will be saying things like, oh, I've got this great person for you, but, or hey, just a heads up, like their parents are really conservative or something like that. And that's all well and good. You want your friends to be introducing you to people, especially if you're interested in meeting people, and if you have you're feeling like online is not working and things like that. I still say stick with that, but at the same time, it's wonderful when your friends can help you out as well. So you just never know how these things are going to unfold for you, and somebody's perspective may not be yours. When you finally get a chance to meet the person, they might be perfect for you. Somebody with kids, well, hey, maybe that's something that you want. Somebody with more conservative parents, well, maybe yours are too. Maybe that's going to be perfect. Maybe you've always dreamed of a very traditional lifestyle, and things go the other way too. So you just never really know. I think it's really important to think about that. I personally had a little bit of a hard time with that because I didn't want my friends to then think that I was dating somebody that wasn't great, or that wasn't up to par with what they wanted. And I always worried, like, will this person fit in to how my friends and I are? Will they fit into the circle of people that I hang out with? And the truth of the matter is, the less I worried about that, the more likely I was to find a person that did fit in, like my husband, who's driving right now for us. But not worrying about that, and worrying really more so about whether the person fits into my lifestyle, having that focus instead was so much better. And so I really, really encourage everybody to consider, having other people introduce you to other single people, but at the same time not take their opinions 100% into account. Now, there are exceptions, of course. You don't want to be, if somebody's giving you a warning like, hey, I'm not sure, they used to be, really into drugs or drinking and things like that, of course you want to stay away from that. You want to be cautious. You want to go in with a little bit of heat. But, those things are pretty rare. Most of the times your friends are going to introduce you to people who are good, who they are willing to put their name in front of and say, yeah, I think this would be a good match. I mean, you wouldn't want to have people judge you for the other people that you know in your life. So, hey, welcome. Thank you for joining. I am talking about having friends set you up, and also whether or not you should take their opinions into consideration. Now, part of that is about not accepting the bad comments and really making choices on your own as to whether or not a person is right for you. The other part of that is, of course, being cautious about things like alcoholism and drugs, or other, scary bad habits like violence. But your friends aren't going to set you up with people like that. It's really just going to be more about people that they trust and like, with maybe a couple of things here and there, like having kids, like having strict parents, like having corny jokes, maybe being too short or too bald, or overweight, or things like that. So I'd love to hear questions. If any of you all ever have questions about things like that, let me know. I do encourage things like blind dates. I encourage you to introduce other people to your friends. Go out and meet new people. That's always part of finding the right one, is to expose yourself to people and really put yourself out there. That's always important. Anything you want to add?
Don't get discouraged so easily, so quickly.
Don't get discouraged easily and quickly. I like that. That's good advice from the husband over here sitting in traffic. The two of us, we really didn't get too concerned about what our friends and family were going to think about each other. And we took a really long time getting to know each other and really trusting one another, and really figuring out whether we fit into each other's lifestyle. And that, I think that proved to be better in the long run, because once we were confident enough to introduce each other to friends and family, it didn't matter what they were going to think. And it really didn't matter whether they were going to, whether my husband was going to fit in with that crowd or not, didn't matter, because there was less doubt. For the most part, it's like, well, you already fit into my lifestyle and I fit into their lifestyle, and these are our friends, so why wouldn't they fit into the lifestyle and the circles that you're already hanging out in? So if you ever feel like maybe somebody would not get along with your friends, would not get along with your family, and you're choosing to have these people in your life and wanting this significant other to take part in your life, then you'll really have to think about whether this is the right person, and whether there's something else going on. Not that this person doesn't fit into those circles because those circles are better than them, but maybe they don't fit into that circle because you have an insecurity about whether or not they're the right person for you. And that's a huge other topic about really being confident on your decisions and your choices with people. So kind of a short little video here that I wanted to do, but hey, welcome. Thank you for joining. I was just gonna sign off, but I really hope that you will catch this later on, talking about having friends set you up and taking their opinions into account and whether or not you should. Thank you guys. Have a good evening. Make good choices, and take care.